So I'm back down in the shop. I'm working on some segmented rings. I want to glue them together. Right now they're not glued together. I got to put these little blocks in between. I'm going to pour some glue on my table here, dip this in them, and I'm going to see if I can sneak it in between them one at a time. See if that works. I've never tried this before, so we're going to see how this works. Never done it this way before. I've seen it done on a funny as it may sound, YouTube. I think I like the way I did it on my Donna's crap catcher. Last one. All right, it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't work. It's really hard to get them in there and get them straight. Like this one's a little bit crooked, but not too bad. Yeah. Getting it all flat's a pain in the butt. I don't have much hope in this staying together. So we're going to go a different route. We're going to do the tape way I did before. Although the putting them together like that worked, it was extremely difficult. And it's nice and tight, and it seems to be nice and solid, but getting them lined up was a kind of a pain in the butt. I think I want to go back to tape method. All right, now I need a straight edge. All right, let's get these lined up on here. And we just let it sit. Do a little cleanup with the water. Let it sit and dry. And I get to do this a whole bunch more. So we'll get back to you after I get these rings all made. So this is what we're going for. It basically, once this is sanded down flat, and I'll get these glued on either side of it, I'll put it on the lathe and I'll split it and get this part off. But I got to make a bunch more of these ones yet. So I got all the rings glued up. I got a bunch more over here. These are extras, I think. I'm going to do those separately so I don't get them mixed up with the ones I want to use on this project. But these are the ones I need to sand on the drum sander. So let me get the sander set up and we'll get you recording on that. So before I put this away, I have to make sure that all the rings are smooth on both sides. All right, I'm in the shop. I'm still working on the segmented utensil holder for Donna. It's a smaller version of the bigger one I made about 1.5 years ago I'm going to use this as the base. It's not wide enough this way. It's long enough. I made enough rings to make 2 of them, so I'm going to make 2 of them. I haven't decided what the second one's going to be or where it's going. Maybe when I get to 500 subscribers, I will, I don't know, use it as a giveaway or something. I don't know. Maybe that, maybe not. I don't know. Might just sit around my shop and collect dust for several years. But I have to split this in half. I got it marked out where the center is. Got the table saw set up. I'm going to split this in half because this will make 2 bases. So I'm going to get started with that. Just like that, we got a book match set of boards. Now I'm going to glue these together, but I'm going to have to fix this edge first, unless this edge is better, then I can just glue it together. Nope, no better. After jointing the edges, you can see we get a nice, tight seam. So they're fairly flat, but to get them glued together flat and straight, the other side seems to be a little bit high, probably because of the angle of the blade or something when I cut it in half. So I'm going to run it through the planer, make both of them the same thickness, and then we'll glue them together. So as you can see, after cutting them, they're flush with each other on both sides now. So I can actually now glue these up, and I think I'm going to go in this configuration because it gives you this really cool cathedral look here on both ends. So I can get one out of here and one out of here. I'll have to cut off a strip off each edge to get that. I lined up the cathedrals and I marked it with a triangle so I can get it lined up again. These are kind of overkill, but I need one more clamp. So tomorrow after work I'll come back and I will unclamp that. I will cut it to the 2 pieces I need for the bottoms for those rings, and we will start gluing those up after I CNC the circle in the bottom, and I'm probably going to engrave them again too. So I have to go design that right now and get that ready to go. All right, it's been a couple days since I glued this up. Let's unclamp it and see how it looks. Looks pretty good. Needs to be sanded and then cut into strips. So I got a little bit of cleanup to do of glue on both ends where the clamps were. And it's got some beautiful book match grain here. You can see the cathedrals and the I think it's called compression, or maybe, I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Got it all smooth. We're going to cut it into 2 pieces to make bottoms for the ring. So now I get my 2 blocks of wood. I need to route a circle in here about half an inch deep to put it on the lathe, and I do that on the CNC. I gotta go find the file for that, set these up in the CNC, find the centers, and then route out that circle. So I'm back in the shop. I'm going to work on these vessels I'm creating for knives. I got the center part CNC'd out on 2 walnut and 1 maple. Now I need to cut off the corners to make it easier. I'm going to do that on the bandsaw. I got 3 of these to fix. I can now stick a ring in the middle of this, tighten it down on it, and then glue it onto there. Problem is, the first ring will sit down too low. So I need to raise it up. So I need to have a spacer. One of these. As the spacer. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. So I'm going to grab the check key for this thing. I'll take these 2. All right, so now see if it slides up and fits flat. Pretty good. All right, so now I need to apply glue to this. Stand this thing up into here. Slide it forward till it touches. Lock it in place. Give it a little wiggle. And we're done for now. So I'll come back in about 20 minutes and we'll glue on the next layer. The next layer will be a black walnut and maple layer. After that we will be doing another one of these. And then another one of these until we get down to, I think we're looking for a depth of 4.5 inches. I think I'll be turning it before that point because it gets really hard to turn the inside if you go too deep. Because the tools, tends to grab the tool, and if I'm holding it out here, it's got a lot of leverage to pull down. So try to keep it to where I can keep my hands and everything. It's like it's on that rest out here somewhere. So not as much force on me. Anyway, we'll be back in about 20 minutes to put on another layer. All right, it's been about 25-30 minutes since we glued this thing on. Let's go look at it. I'll turn my light back on. Let's see. Release this thing. Okay, that's one glued on. And we go for another 20 minutes. So I won't bore you with gluing every single one of these rings on. I'm going to, after this one's done, I glue on another maple, and then I glue on another brick layered black walnut and maple. And I continue doing that until I get to the desired height I need. All right, I'm back in the shop. It's been 24 hours since I glued all this up. Let's take a look and see how it looks. All right, let's take a spin on it and see what it looks like here. Not too bad. Running pretty true. All right, let's see how deep it is. Get you right there, give me a tape measure. So I'm looking for a finished interior depth of about 4 inches. And we're right at 4 inches. So that's the turning portion of it and sanding. All I have to do now on it is I need to put a finish on it, but I got to get the compressor powered up to get high pressure to blow any dust out of any pores of the wood. So I will do that off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll put a finish on this thing. We got it all put together, we got it all glued up, got it turned, and we got a finish on it now. So there's the finish on it. I decided on this one I wanted to try the straight stack type way of doing brick pattern. This other one I'm going to do the staggered brick and see how that looks. This is okay, but it kind of looks more like a basket weave to me. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to know when new videos come out. I still have to do the bottom. It's just hand sanding a little bit and then spraying on some finish, and this thing will be ready to use. Thanks for watching.